Alright, this is a video response to the Heavy Metal Penguin Freak Out. I wanted to talk about Freak Out. Want to know kind of how it came across this album. I'll just kind of keep holding it up there. Definitely was a kind of an interesting story. I mean, years ago I used to work at this place, and you know, kind of everybody knew that I was kind of into records, so they'd always kind of like, oh hey, you want some records? I got my records. They'd give them to me and things like that. One day though, this one lady that I worked with, she would always go to flea markets and things like that, and she went to this yard sale, and they had a ton of records, and I think there was probably about 8 boxes of about 100 records or so, and the guy did not want to break the collection up. He didn't want to sell them piece by piece by piece. Now this was probably like 2000, maybe 99, 2000, something like that, somewhere around in that year, and they just offered him $20 for it, and I got all these records, and I mean, just fantastic stuff. And I think that collection, I got the Mother Mania, the Best of the Mothers, and that was sort of my introduction to the Mothers, which was kind of their first 3 albums, absolutely free. We're only in it for the money, and Freak Out, sort of a best of from those 3 albums. So, but how I got this album, there used to be a flea market that was just outside of Pittsburgh. It's no longer there, but it used to be just huge, just massive. You know, to walk around the entire thing, it was probably a good 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, I would say. You know, a lot of people selling records. There was a guy that was always, records were probably like $1 to $5, somewhere around in there. Had some for $0.25 and things like that. But I would usually just take my backpack and just, buy records. That was what I would do. And one day I was there, and I really didn't get anything good, just a few things here and there. It was an okay day. And as I'm walking back, I would always go very, very early in the morning, kind of, early bird catches the records basically thing. And I'm heading back, and there's a whole bunch of more tables there that like people were setting up in the parking lot and things like that. So I start walking around, and it was like maybe the second to the last one, and there was this guy selling this. And I mean, one other thing too about that place just would have the most amazing records. I mean, so much stuff out of my price range. It was the only place I've ever seen Funhouse on vinyl. It was like $50, red label, but I didn't buy it. But I'm kicking myself for that one. But at the same time, so I just walk up to this thing, and this guy had just set up. His son was there, probably like 10 years old, and he was on a walkie-talkie, and we're talking back and forth, and the guy was, I'm picking out an album. He's telling me how much it is, picking out an album, and I got like, just a bunch of Frank Zappa stuff. I mean, some, Chunga's Revenge, I think, was in there. Can't remember offhand. I think Apostrophe. I think, I don't know. I got a few Zappa records. There was a lot of Grateful Dead, like early Grateful Dead stuff, which was a total score, and that was it. I was just, if I was just kind of like, if I would have been down in the dumps and said, all right, I'm going home, and I wouldn't have gotten this. So I think my first introduction of it was with Mother Mania, but love this album. Trouble Every Day is a pretty awesome song on it, and it's just it's a sprawling record. There's a lot of different things on it. Really cool, because I think Kim Fowley is on this, I want to say. Paul Butterfield, I think, is on it. There's kind of like a who's who of the Hollywood elite. At that point they were already kind of looking up to Frank Zappa. So yeah, definitely an awesome album, and I listened to it. I mean, like I said, I really don't listen. This one's pretty much, the vinyl's pretty much in mint condition. The jacket leaves a little bit to be desired. Has a little bit of shelf wear on it and whatnot, but at the same time, I mean, I got it on CD and just kind of listen to that all the time, and every once in a while I'll put this on when I need this. I think this one's on mono, which is kind of like a more common version, but which I think if you listen to the CD, it's in stereo. So I don't know, maybe I'll put this on for a spin right now. But yeah, thanks to Heavy Metal Penguin. Yeah, definitely a great album, and I look forward to any rebuttals about the album. So take care.